Welcome to Romeo Maths and Science class. Today, we want to see how we can solve these questions on the board under the topic heat energy. Let's see how we can solve question number one. Before we solve question number one, let me take you through some formulas that we can use to do our calculation. All right. Now, we have some factors that affect quantity of heat possessed by a body. One of the factor is what? The mass of the body, all right? The mass of the body must be taken into consideration. Factor number one, we also need to take our specific heat capacity into consideration, all right? Heat capacity into consideration. And number three, we also need to take the temperature of the body into consideration. So these are the factors that we can use to determine quantity of heat possessed by a body. Now, for quantity of heat, all right, quantity of heat, we can use Q to represent it, all right? And we say that the quantity of heat possessed by a body is proportional to these three factors on the board. Therefore, we can say quantity of heat should be equal to the mass of the body, all right, times our specific heat capacity of the body times our what? Temperature, which is theta, all right? So here we can say Q should be equal to M times C times what? Temperature, all right, which is theta. Okay, there are some instances where temperature can rise, so we'll be able to find the difference in temperature or change in temperature. Therefore, we say change in temperature can be given as theta 2 minus what? Theta 1. So I can break this formula down as the mass times C times change in temperature, all right? Or Q will be equal to M times what? C times theta 2 minus what? Theta 1. All right. Now, from this formula on the board, we can make any of the quantities the subject, or we can be asked to find any of these quantities. So we can be asked to find the mass, and our mass will be equal to Q divided by C times what? Change in temperature. And our C, which is the specific capacity, can also be given as quantity of heat divided by mass times change in temperature, all right? And our change in temperature can also be given as quantity of heat divided by mass times specific heat capacity. So we can make use of these formulas in calculations anytime we have been asked. All right, let us not forget that our quantity of heat is measured in joules, that is capital J, and our mass, all right, must be measured in kilogram, okay, and our temperature must be measured in Kelvin or degrees Celsius, all right, and our specific heat capacity, that is the C, all right, is measured in joule per, that is kilogram per degree Celsius, or we can use joule per kilogram, and write it this way, per Kelvin. So any of these units can be used to do calculation. And sometimes our mass will be given in gram and we'll be asked to change it to what? Kilogram. So we shouldn't forget about this converting unit. 1 kilogram is equal to what? 1,000 gram. All right, with these formulas on the board, let's see how we can solve our question number one now. From question number one, the mass of the water is given to us. So mass of water is given to us as, that is 3.0 kilogram. And is heated from 26 degrees Celsius to 76 degrees Celsius. That will lead us to change in temperature, all right, which is going to be 76 minus 26, all right? So in this case, we are going to get 50 degrees Celsius. That is for the change in temperature. Again, we have been given the specific capacity of water to be 4200 joule per kilogram, per degree Celsius. And we have been asked to calculate, that is, the amount of heat used, which is the same as quantity of heat. So from the formulas that we study, quantity of heat will be equal to mass times specific capacity of water times change in what? Temperature. So we just fix our values straight into the formula, all right? And we are going to produce an answer, all right? And when we multiply this on the board, we are going to have 63000 joules. So this is how we can solve this question. Try question number 2 and number 3 and put your answer in the comment section. Thank you.